क्या तुम्हारे साथ ऐसा कभी हुआ है that a girl is flirting hard with you, she's laughing at your jokes even if they're not funny, she's calling you cute, but when it comes to being intimate, when it comes to choosing you, she pulled back. And she's not pulling back because she doesn't like you, but simply she's pulling back because she cannot see herself submitting to a man like you. And that word submit makes most men uncomfortable, but it's the key of unlocking that raw feminine desire. In today's video, I want to break down 5 such masculine behaviors which bypass her logic, touch her primal brain, and trigger the only thing that you need, her need to surrender to you. Hey bro, my name is Arnav and I help men like yourself build clarity, confidence and attraction without having to chase the woman or losing your power. So if you're single, consider clicking the subscribe button. This is going to be the most important video when it comes to masculine frames on this channel, because once you embody these 5 principles, the woman, how they respond to you is going to completely shift. From you being the seller, you're going to flip the script and become the buyer, which means the women are going to chase you. So the first masculine behavior that actually triggers her need to submit to you is called the iron frame. Iska ye matlab hai that your frame needs to be an iron frame. It should not be impacted by her emotional shifts. It should not be impacted by her mood at all. Because once she observes कि तुम्हारा emotional shift हो रहा है because of her mood shifts, she's going to categorize you as a weak man, and her attraction is going to dip. Now let me ask you a question and answer this in the comments. When a woman gets emotional, agar wo moody ho jati hai, she's showing you tantrums, what do you actually do? How do you respond to it? Now bad way to respond to that would be over analyzing the conversation. Agar tumhe ladki ne apni koi problem batayi hai and you just continuously think about it because you want to fix that problem, you do care about her, but the woman does not actually want that. She wants you to remain unfazed. She wants someone to listen to her problems, not just act based on whatever she has said, because you try to fix each and everything. As a man, you would think if she's sharing her problems, if she's sharing her issues, if she's sharing what is going on, how she's feeling, she wants me to act on that. But that is not what the woman wants. The best way to respond to her showing tantrums, her showing emotional ups and downs, is to stay grounded, show no emotional leakage, be still, and completely be centered while you're talking to her. So the next time when a woman is getting super emotional with you, she's showing you emotional ups and downs, and she's putting it on you, what you need to do is take a deep breath, look at her, maintain deep eye contact, take a big pause, and then breathe through your nostril, say less, and let her energy pass through you, not onto you. Understand this: whenever a woman sees an emotional shift because of whatever she has said or maybe how she has made you feel, that will make you appear super weak. So no matter what the woman says, be centered and be grounded. Now there was this one time I was at a bar, I was hitting on a girl and she's not giving me any reactions. She's just telling me, can't you see I'm busy? Yes, I'm waiting for my friends, I'm dancing. But I just stood there, calm, centered, talking to her, being non-apologetic about my attraction, and it completely flipped the script.
Such a shy guy. He usually never does that. What's this? Can you understand me?
The second commanding behavior that triggers her need to submit to you is commanding presence. Understand this: she doesn't want the guy who talks the most. She doesn't want the dancing monkey. She doesn't want a clown. She wants a king. She wants the guy who, as soon as he enters the room, owns the entire room. That is what she's looking for. Now, when I was young, when I just started this, I was 17 years old. I was in Singapore, I was studying over there. And back then, I was extremely fidgety with my movements. I was extremely jittery when it used to come to meeting women, talking to women, having physical escalation. Whenever I used to touch a woman, my hands used to be jittery and half-hearted. And because of all of that, she could see that I'm not a guy who's commanding presence. Instead, I'm a guy who's putting in effort to sort of impress her. And one thing I also realized, I was extremely nervous, but उस nervousness को छुपाने के लिए I used to be extremely loud. Personally, I used to feel that I'm just expressing myself and maybe it's all fun and games. But over the time, I realized that I'm being overly expressive. The more I talk, the lesser value I have in the interaction. Fast forward 13 years, now my body language is extremely slow. My eye contact is extremely direct, and it doesn't waver if a woman gives me bad reactions. So the next time you walk into a house party, you walk into an office party, you walk into a room, slow your body language movements by at least 40%. Walk in the room, make eye contact with people, say nothing for the first 10 to 15 seconds. Then sit down and talk extremely slow. Now there's a reason why I'm telling you to do this. Because a person with power in a social dynamic is not going to be super excited to understand and to know what's going on over there. So he's not going to have a jittery movement, he's not going to move extremely fast, and that is the behavior that you got to embody, because that behavior subconsciously implies that you're a high value person. The third masculine behavior is measured indifference. You like her, I understand, but when she pulls back, what do? Are you a person who chases her, or are you a person who lets her be? Now measured indifference का ये मतलब है that you calibrate your interest level according to the girl's interest level. तुम उससे ज़्यादा interest नहीं दिखाने वाले, no matter what tantrum she throws, even if she's pulling away. Now a weak person who's not sure about himself would double text her, would ask ask her again and again, did I do something wrong? Is there something wrong in the conversation? Would overanalyze each conversation, would replay everything, all the moments with her, and try to figure out what actually happened. The biggest lesson I've learned from learning advanced dating skills, whether it's cold approach, whether it's online dating, meeting women, dating the most attractive woman, the biggest lesson is whenever a woman pulls back, you can never pinpoint the reason. You can always analyze what's wrong in your own game, but after that, don't overthink about the reason why she's pulling back, because she can have multiple reasons. Maybe she's dating someone, maybe she lost interest because of something that you said, maybe she's just not interested anymore because that's how she is. She loses interest quite fast. Maybe she has an avoidant attachment type. It can be multiple reasons. So you trying to overthink about this stuff is going to make you go insane. It's going to make you show desperation and neediness, which you don't want to show at all costs. What would a masculine man do? When a woman starts pulling away, he would focus on his path and purpose. He would start focusing on other women and let her be. Let her come back to you. It's not only you who has to chase her all the time. So the next time when she pulls back, don't chase, don't react. Give her 72 hours of no contact and let her come back to you. Now the thing about most men, they're too afraid to do this because they're too afraid to lose the woman. You got to play to win the game and not to just not lose. The next masculine behavior that triggers a need to submit to you is called masculine mystery. Now most men, when it comes to talking to women, they do it wrong, and there's a reason for it. जब तुम्हें जिंदगी भर अच्छे reactions नहीं मिले हैं लड़के से, you've not gotten good reactions from girls. Girls actually don't give a shit about who you are. And what happens when you start talking to women, when you start learning about this game philosophy, advanced dating skills and social skills, you start talking to women, you start getting connected with women. And the moment you start getting connected with women, you start oversharing, over-explaining, and that is a weak frame to have. You start oversharing about the problems you have into your life, you start oversharing about your future plans. And all of that messes your chances with her because she starts viewing you as a weak man, as a person who overshares this with everyone. And what that does is it kills your attraction, it repels her, because oversharing is sort of seen as a weak trait. There's a reason for that. If you're oversharing it with a woman, what happens is she feels that ये लड़का हर एक लड़की से ऐसी बात करता होगा. Every girl he matches with, he probably overshares. She starts seeing you as a less confident person who's overcompensating for the lack of his masculinity just to impress her. You don't really need to be a mystery, you need to feel like one. You don't need to reveal everything at once, reveal it in layers. That's actually what you need to do. He would hold the silence, let her feel, hold the tension, and reveal in layers. He's not going to reveal everything at once. So the next time you're out on a date, speak 40% less. Instead, embrace the sexual tension, embrace the silence, hold deep eye contact, and be playfully flirty with her. Get her to answer more of your questions than you answering to her. Because when a woman starts thinking and she starts feeling that this guy knows more about me, I don't know why I'm just revealing each and everything to him, she's gonna automatically trigger that need to submit to you. And that is exactly what 1200 men in my exclusive community are doing. And when they're doing cold approach, their experience is completely different from 99% of the guys out there, because women are responding to them like this. This kind of experience has never happened to me, and I'm really happy that we met. Thank you for everything. A woman is actually saying that to a guy who approached her for the first time, and that can be you. Click the pinned comment if you want to join my exclusive community, because a place where you have like-minded men going towards the same goal is going to fast-track your progress. Which brings me to the last masculine trait, which is decisive authority. You see, being indecisive, it kills attraction. Being uncertain when you're talking to a woman, she will not see you and she'll not respect you as a man. You don't ask her what to do. You tell her what's happening respectfully, clearly, and boldly. Now let's take a simple example of asking a girl out on a first date. Now this can be through an online dating application, this can be through cold approach. I don't care. Most men, what they do when they ask a girl out is, hey, when are you available? When are you free? What are we doing? Are we catching up? Now, all of that is sort of coming from a weak frame where the person is not sure whether the girl would want to go out with him or not. But a high-value man is always going to assume that the plan is always on. Apart from that, a high-value person is not going to have that much time that he's going to ask a woman, when are you available? Because he's not going to change and he's not going to shift his life according to what the woman demands. What he's going to do instead is going to ask a girl out on a specific day, at a specific time, at a specific location. ज़्यादातर लड़के ये नहीं करते because they feel, what if she's not available at that time? She's gonna flake on me. She's gonna say no. Uske baad, how do I get the girl? But that is a weak mindset and it's a weak frame to have. Because if a girl is genuinely interested in you, वो genuinely तुमसे मिलना चाहती है, even if she's busy on a Saturday evening, she's going to text you, hey, I'm busy on a Saturday evening, can we do this next Tuesday? Remember, she's only going to submit when your direction removes her doubts. So next time, whenever you're asking the girl out on a meet, plan the next meet your own self. Instead of texting her, hey, are we still on? Are we going out? Are we going out on this day? Ask her at a particular day on a particular time and see exactly what happens. Now, these 5 traits aren't just hacks. They're fundamentals of building that masculine polarity. When you embody all 5 of these traits, women are not just going to like you. They'll soften up, they'll open up, they're going to chase you, they're going to surrender. So if you're tired of hit and trial when it comes to women in dating, and you actually want a solution that can help you date women that you might consider out of your league right now, click the pinned comment, schedule a call with my team, and we'll give you an exact step-by-step action plan on how you can do that.